So I'm pretty sure you've been asked this question numerous times, but my final question for you is, what kind of advice would you want to give to young aviators or other people who are maybe considering to apply to flying school or who want to consider becoming an aviator?
Yeah, you're right. I do get asked that a lot, and I consider my journey and my uh, own process to be destiny's child. You know, and every single thing and every single person who I encountered in the beginning of my year said not to do it because there were no jobs, etc. But so it's nobody should tell you what to do. In fact, one of the captains, he told me don't fly, and afterwards I got the job in the airline and I flew with his as his co-pilot, and he apologized to me. He says, Gitanjali, I'm so happy you didn't take my advice. Because
Yeah.
the thing is that one never knows what is in your destiny. So it should never be that because somebody said to do it and to not do it, right? I
Yeah.
know so many people who've done lawyers degrees and now have nothing to do with law because you did something that somebody told you to do. So it should never be that, first of all.
Yeah.
And if there is something that tells you that you want to do it, you should definitely do it, and the reasons should be right. And I also say this, and many people ask me this, that corruption happens and pilots think no end of themselves, or doctors are corrupt or lawyers are corrupt. I say, it's not the profession that is corrupt or profession that is the problem. It is the individual character that counts, right? So you can be a politician and you can still be noble, and you can be a priest and be still be corrupt.
Yeah.
So it depends on your individual moral characteristic. So if you are able to recognize your character flaws, which everyone has, and you work towards them, if you're able to recognize that what are the reasons that you want to do what you want to do, what are your intentions. So if you're coming into flying because you think you'll earn a lot of money, or you're coming into flying because you think there'll be lots of girls, or you're coming into flying because you think there'll be great destinations, uh, those are fine, but those cannot be the only reasons, because it is hard
Yeah.
work. It's a big, your body takes a beating, you have to be disciplined, you have to study a lot, you have to sacrifice a lot. Your social life suffers, your family suffers, there is a lot that you have to give in order to get. So one has to be very certain that why are we doing this? Because how long will you do something for money? You'll get bored of it.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
You know. So money can't be the only motivation. Girls can't be the only motivation. There has to be something more. So I would say that if you are able to determine and decide what gets you excited, what gets you, and you know what, you can, after 20 years you decide you don't like it, do something else. That's fine too. Life is very long. Now you have an opportunity to do multiple things. Why should we only do one thing? Like I started by saying that people who said it was their childhood dream, you can do it now.
Yeah.
It's all right. You just your reflexes might be a little slow, but you'll do it.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
good part is, in the second part of your life, you're not doing anything for money, right?
Yeah.
After having worked for 20, 25 years, you're set. You do what you like for the
Yeah.
joy of it. So yes, so
Correct.
my
Correct.
long answer to a short question would be that any and everybody is welcome to fly. It's a joyous thing, but yes, it comes with certain agreements that you must make to yourself, that you will put your best foot forward, that you will have to, and it's the best to do your job in the most disciplined fashion. Otherwise you can be an indisciplined pilot, but you'll have to pay heavily for it, right?
Yeah. Correct. Correct.
So those are the things that if you have that bent of mind, then yes, very much so.
Okay. Sure.
So character building, very important.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, those were all the those were all the questions I had for you. So thank you, Gitanjali, for coming on the Garud podcast, and thank you for supporting it as this channel is still in its infancy. But yeah, thank you.